Hey everybody, welcome to the second part of the general Gemini reading. So, looking at this, I kind of had a little bit of a new perspective on things, and I just wanted to add that in before we begin to shuffle out. So, King of Swords, Page of Swords, right? So, originally we were talking about things being, a little more harsh, a little more aggressive. We're using more logic and kind of pulling the emotion aside. And if we know that there's someone gossiping about us and talking behind our back, we need to leave it behind so this new opportunity can come in. However, how good is the opportunity, right? We were talking about that. And that being said, that's going to determine where we move forward. But this tower moment is going to start to hit around the eclipse season, starting on, I believe it's June 6th. So, with the full moon in Sagittarius. So, it's going to be important to really keep an eye out for that moment. It's funny how it's kind of like smack in the middle of the reading here. And we really need to pay attention for that because that is what's going to set up the next 6 months. It's going to bring down things that don't need to be here anymore and really push us, Saturn being retrograde still, right? It's really going to push us very hard to move forward and really focus on what we learned in Taurus season, which is that self-worth, and keep it moving, right? The conflict gotta go, especially if it's self-conflict, and then that's where it's gotta, stop. So, that being said, if we stop this arguing with ourselves, right, and this self-worth, then we're able to move on to the blessings and the hard work that is coming for us. So that being said, let's start looking at the cards. We're going to start with King of Swords. And let's check it out. So, like I said, King of Swords is logic, really using the abilities to propel us forward, right? And really focusing on the logic versus emotions, and sorry guys, I'm drawing so many blanks right now. I'm so sorry. I'm just like, what are we talking about? My brain's been all over the place, so I'm like, let's try and get this out. Also, if you guys saw my little glimmer lamp over here, it's really nice. Keeps me going. Keeps me relaxed. So King of Swords, anyway. So sorry. King of Swords. So yeah, we were saying logic. Really, not letting the emotion get the best of us, because we don't have time for that right now with this season. But also, it could be something being a little harsh. The cards that came out were King of Cups, Three of Pentacles, and Wheel of Fortune, which is really interesting here, and I'll explain why. So why is it interesting? Well, let's talk about it. So it's interesting because King of Cups is, if you're dealing with a water sign, this is, they're really building a solid foundation for you. And Jupiter being in retrograde, this is, really giving a blessing. Water signs are really going through it right now. Very, very heavy on the karma. Just watch what you're saying if you're a water sign. If you know a water sign, just tell them to watch out. There's so many pitfalls for the water signs right now. I feel so bad. But just, yeah, you all are really going through it right now. Just be careful, and you'll get through this. Don't worry, you'll get through it in one piece. But just be careful with what you're saying, and really pay attention to the lessons that are coming, because they're going to be important. But anyway, King of Cups. Emotions are balanced. They're in check. Three of Pentacles, solid foundations, Wheel of Fortune, fate, good luck coming. Things will start to take a little bit of a turn this season if you can watch what you say and keep the emotion out. Balance the emotions. Don't be aggressive. Knight of Swords, bottom of the deck, because that's only going to lead to what? 10 of Swords. right underneath. Don't be this, because that's where this Page of Swords, Five of Swords comes in. You're gonna want to retaliate to this nonsense, and you're gonna end up by the Ten of Swords. If you can move past it, well, then that's where the opportunity comes in. So let's take a look at that. These eclipses, guys, I'm telling you that there's 3 of them back to back to back. It's gonna be no joke, and with all these retrogrades going on, it's just not a time to play. Boom, there it is. Like I said, karma, right? Bottom of the deck, judgment. Let's take that too. Major karma playing out. Leave it behind. Like I said, leave it behind and go toward the opportunity. If you're dealing with a Libra, and this is, if this is you, this Page of Swords, Five of Swords nonsense, and this is you, and you said what you need to say, and you're leaving the shadiness behind, but it was you, the one that was being shady. Just know the karma will be coming to you. There's no avoiding it at this point. If it's the reverse, though, and you're dealing with the Libra, that's been maybe a little shady, or a Gemini that's being, kind of shady, it's all going to get said and then thrown out there. Either way, the justice will be served, the karma will be served, things will be said. Things will be said. What's going to be said exactly? Great question. Let's shuffle. Let's clarify a little bit more. This feels sticky. It feels heavy. It feels like a big lesson and a big pitfall before we get into another one, right? And like I said, it's all about the purge. Some of you are still purging, and that's okay. There's no there's no time limit on when things need to be done. But the longer you wait, though, the more is going to come in. To be like, hey, maybe you should get rid of this. Maybe you shouldn't hang on to this. Right? So, let's check it out. Boom. Oh. Remember all the good times we had? Yeah, well, you thought you had the upper hand. Well, I have the upper hand now. Yeah. So, there you go. Not only does the karma get resettled, but that judgment, don't gloat. Do not gloat. This is not the season to gloat. Not with all of this going on. Don't gloat. And that's what that Ace of Wands is. Because guess what? You start gloating, you start talking shit, and you're like, oh, I got this big opportunity, look at me. Oh, you're still, must be nice. Oh, I'm working, you're not working. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because that's going to put you really stuck. And you don't want that. Hello. Card just fell down. 6 of Cups. Like I said, remember I was saying this opportunity seems a little interesting because followed up by Page of Pentacles and then followed up by 4 of Pentacles, the Tower, 4 of Cups. I'm like, something just doesn't seem right here, and here it is. This opportunity, whatever comes in, guys, just really make sure you read the fine print. Do it before June 15th. If it's after June 15th, don't even bother signing on that line because it'll be in Mercury retrograde, and you should not start new jobs during Mercury retrograde. You shouldn't sign any contracts, no, nothing. But this seems like something nostalgic. So something from your childhood that's now coming up, or this is something that's already happened that maybe feels like deja vu. If it feels like deja vu, it's a lesson that needs to be learned. And for some of us, it seems like, we aren't going to learn it. The thing here, though, not that we haven't learned it, but it hasn't been learned, and that's why this comes in. Just be careful. If you decide to take it, be careful because there is some potential consequences coming. So let's look at it. 4 of Pentacles, Tower, 4 of Cups. What's going on? it's, you know, it's tough. It's definitely tough. Hierophant. If this has to do with, you know, you sticking to your roots and really, you know, and family and tradition and feeling like you're stuck maybe with family in the sense, you know, with that there, and you have an opportunity to get out, then get out. If you have an opportunity to start new, um, a new tradition, a new something, then yeah, get out. But you know, just be careful. But that being said, though, there seems again to be some underhandedness that's still going on here. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Swords, Nine of Swords, Knight of Wands, the Hanged Man. Guys, give me 1 second. I'm so sorry. Emergency phone call. Be right back.